Not that this is music related, but I did want to talk about it. So Tfue talked about streaming, and I wanted people to be aware of this. Where's the video? He was like crying. Here it is. He was crying about quitting streaming, which I kind of feel him. I don't feel the same way because I feel like I'm not really that big of a streamer. I'm a YouTuber first, but streamers have it bad, yo, because they have to stream for like 10 hours straight. I'm glad that I just get on here for an hour, spit some bullshit. Yeah, I'm more of like a topical streamer or a topical YouTuber, but I don't have to sit there and play games for 10 hours. Meanwhile, trying like the whole time trying to jump out of a fucking window because they're talking to, 14-year-old kids who are like, yo, what is that builds combination you just made on Fortnite? And he was stuck playing Fortnite for like 6 years. Like, I don't have to do that. I can talk about the things that I want to talk about. Now he can do the same thing, but still, man, he made his bread and now he's getting out. I'm still looking for that one clip though. Let me see, because he was crying and somebody else was crying and his reaction being like, I love you, dog. And I'm not making fun of them, don't worry, because it's not, I mean, it's a sensitive topic, but I feel him though. I feel like the streaming era might die out at some point. Like, it kind of started popping off during COVID where a ton of people started streaming. I did myself too, but just because I really, that's when I started to gain some traction. That's not it. There's that dude that was crying with the snot, man. You're saying streaming won't die out? I was just wondering. I don't necessarily think it will, because I like streaming a lot, but I feel like a lot of the streamers, once they realize that they don't have to stream for like 10 hours, because what's the whole point of this life? Or what's the whole point of making money if you don't get to enjoy it? If you're literally on the computer for 10 hours a day, you're making all that bread, but like, what are you gonna do? You have no time to actually spend it. So I feel like there's a certain point, like once you make Tfue probably worth 10 mil plus at least, like now he doesn't have to do shit for the rest of his life. That's what I do. Actually, I'd still stream and like post YouTube clips, but I definitely would not play games for 6 hours like he did. He needs to start doing like more IRL shit to enjoy his life rather than the games. I don't think video games kill your life or like make it bad, but if you play it too much, like everything in moderation. Once you do things too much, it gets boring, and then like you're not even having fun anymore, and you're literally playing a game. So the game is supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, then what was the whole point of it? So now you're just doing shit to make money. You have a job. Meanwhile, you got millions in the bank. The whole point of doing the content creation was so that you didn't have a job, and now you just got yourself into a whole nother rat race. That's why I tell people, like, if I were to do it over again, I might not even be a YouTuber. I would be on like fucking stock trading, like doing $10,000 options, make my bread like 10K a day. I know that's like wishful thinking, but still, then I can go buy all the shit that I want, and all I did was click a button. I know there's way more work into it, but you get the point. I still love what I do though, so don't get me wrong here. You think they need to stream though because they have mansions and Lambos they need to afford? Yeah, but see, that concept is called golden handcuffs. And a lot of people, even in the corporate world, get into that situation where they become like a VP of a big company. They're making like 400, 500 to $1 million a year. And you're making so much money. It's called a lifestyle creep. You start buying all these crazy houses. You start buying all these crazy cars and everything, jewelry. And it's like, you got a credit card bill that you got to pay for, or like monthly mortgage, or just your lifestyle, the clothes you got to buy to keep up. That's why rappers go broke after like 5 years. That's why NBA players go broke, NFL players, because they got to keep up this lifestyle of being like a celebrity, if you will, or an influencer. But that's just not the way, man. That's why I wear Target shirts. I did buy a house, but that's just a good investment in general. I don't got a car though. I sold my Porsche. It kept dying because I didn't drive it enough, the battery. So, and it was an old Porsche, so it like didn't cost all too much. It's when you think that that kind of lifestyle is mandatory, Yeah. I want to, like, my end goal, make a whole bunch of bread. I'm gonna continue doing this. Like, I love music. That's one of my passions. So I'll continue doing this for a while. But I'm gonna go on I'm gonna buy a farm with like 100 acres. I'm gonna get some cows, some goats, some chickens. My girl will have her garden, make us some corn or whatever, and then just be able to just chill all day long. And I feel like that's the life. A lot of people get glued to their screens. Like, again, I don't think video games are necessarily a problem unless you do it too much, just like with anything, with porn, with social media. Like, when you're chronically online, it fucks with your head, especially when you're hearing so many people's opinions all day, especially when you're a streamer. You see a live chat telling you fell off and whatever. I see it too. I don't really pay any mind to it because I have figured out like they're just projecting or whatever. But when you're a Tfu's level, like you got 100K people in the chat or whatever, it probably gets to your head. And like, you just don't want to see it. And now he has hella bread again. So he can go just fuck off. He can go chill by the pool, fuck hoes. He already got the name. He already got the money. Like, what else do you really need to do? What's the difference between having a mil or 10 mil in the bank and like 20? Nothing. You could still ride private jets, maybe less frequently. You could still get a boat. You can still get a crib, like a mansion. You can still do all this. And plus, if you invest right, 10 mil, you could, with an 8% return on average per year in the stock market, you're making like 800K or something every single year off 10 mil. You know what you could do with 800K just passively? That's literally doing nothing. You can live rich. You can do whatever you want. So yeah, I think money is definitely like, it does make you happier because you get the freedom to do whatever you want. Again, I can't find his clip, but just a message to everybody. Once you get past a certain point, money doesn't matter anymore. Like it's just digits on a fucking bank account screen. Yeah, I saw Andrew Tate got arrested again. I think they're just trying to take him down. Now, they're going to continue to say that the Matrix is trying to take him down, which very well might be true. But I think what's happening personally, and I don't know anything, is he wasn't talking shit about Romania because he was also giving positives, but he was like, yeah, I'm corrupt. Like, I live in a third world country and I fuck all these beautiful women here and I can do whatever I want just because I have money. So if you're posting that on social media and you were literally the most searched man in the world, of course the government's not going to like when you say that you're corrupt and because you have money, you can basically buy off the police and shit. They're going to be like, oh, you said that? All right. Can you beat us now? And then they just arrest your ass right there. Like, it was kind of stupid to be saying that shit. The real rich people in this world, they're staying quiet. They don't even have social media profiles. They just be chilling in the shadows. They're not saying shit because they're like, yeah, we got the money. So what's the point of being on social media for clout? Clout is a hell of a drug. What's the whole point of that? You get clout and then you get you become a target for the government to take you down, or like people in general on social media to dox you or to like target you and take your life away. If you got money, like, don't tell anybody, or like tell your family or whatever. You can let them enjoy it, but if you're just chilling and nobody knows, you got a mansion, you can be left alone. You can buy your own fucking island in the middle of Pacific Ocean and just nobody can touch you. So that's all I got to say. I don't know if he's innocent or not. He could very well be innocent. He could very well have done it. I don't think he raped a girl. I think he definitely did have a, what's it called? The cam girl site, which just by industry standards, it's almost like an online pimp where a lot of them, I'm not saying he did, they do kind of coerce girls into working and making a lot of money, whereas they take a portion of it and they like convince girlfriends to do it. And then, it's a very, like, once you get into that type of business of like prostitution or cam girl, which is kind of the same thing, like OnlyFans, come on, it's kind of similar. It turns into controversial topics like that. And so you got to see it coming. If you make that much money in that business, you kind of did it to yourself. Like, with a lot of risk, And with a lot of reward, comes a lot of risk. Not only for your reputation, but for legality as well. So he knew damn well when he was doing the cam girl websites that this could have happened because he was skirting that line of prostitution. This is a sensitive topic. Don't get canceled. Bro, what am I getting canceled for? I feel like I'm pretty unbiased. I don't know. I'm just saying like what normal people are saying. I honestly don't think I have that controversial of takes ever. I think people hate on some of my takes on music, but like that's completely subjective. But like when it comes to, cam girl or whatever, like we all kind of have this feeling in our brain. We're like, that's kind of icky. Like, I don't know if we should be doing that, But I do like Andrew Tate as a person. Like, I think that he helped a lot of men or a lot of boys to like take control of their life. Although it did turn into like a whole red pill movement where they hate women now. I'm like, bro, you need women to live life. You need a woman to like my girl handles all of this shit at home. She does the interior design. I bought the crib, but like she handles all of like everything in between. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for women. My mom raised me mostly, although my dad was there, but come on, like that's just the gender roles here. I'm not saying you gotta partake in that necessarily, but yeah, I don't think I get canceled. The only reason you can get canceled is if you let yourself get canceled. Because when people start hating on you and like posting bullshit about you, like how many times has Aiden Ross been canceled for saying whatever? Yet people still show up to his streams. Why? Because they like him and he kept streaming. If you keep making content after you get canceled, if people are tuning in, especially when you're under fire, you get more views. Yeah, it might be a lot of hate, but like you're honestly like monetizing from this cancellation. So you can't get canceled unless you silence yourself, in my opinion. You are very controversial. There are multiple sightings of you handing Sprite to elderly people near McDonald's. No, I ain't Summers, bro. I don't know how I'd get canceled. I feel like the only way I'd get canceled if I start spewing the N-word, which I really just don't do in general. So that's not happening.